Hi, have you been struggling with how to write a compelling cover letter that grabs the attention of the recruiter? In this short video, I'm going to help you write a cover letter that is different and one that will get you to the next step of an interview. So I'm going to cover 4 areas that you need to consider as you write your cover letter. The first thing that you need to consider is, secondly, is it really important to have a cover letter? And 3, how do you grab the attention of the recruiter? And 4, what must you include in a cover letter? Now, what is a cover letter? A cover letter is a job application or an official letter that normally accompanies a resume or a curriculum vitae. Sometimes is referred to as an application letter. Must you have a cover letter? Yes. You need to include a cover letter, whether or not a recruiter will ask for a cover letter. This shows that you know what you are doing, and it also gives you a chance to say things that you would never say in a resume. For example, it is difficult to show your passion and excitement for the role in a resume, but the cover letter gives you an opportunity to show your excitement for that organization or love for what you do through your action and the description words that you're going to use in your cover letter. You have a chance to show why you are interested in the role. You also have a chance to prove that you're the right person for the role. And how do you grab the attention of the recruiter? You need to customize the greeting. You want to stay away from the generic "to whom it may concern." Also, "Dear sir, madam," this should be a bare minimum phrase that you use. Try as much as possible to get the details of the hiring manager. They may have given this with the instructions on how to apply, but if that has not been done, you can go an extra step and check on the LinkedIn profiles of the employees of that organization and find out who is the HR manager or the hiring manager. And if it's being done by a recruiter, you will be able to find out the recruiter that is in charge of recruiting in this specific role. Then you also want to use keywords, use the language of the organization. And how do you get the language of the organization? You get this through what they have indicated in the job advert, right from the description of the organization to the description of the role and what is important to them as far as the role is concerned, the job description itself. You'll also find that from the language that they use on their website. So this is important, and use of keywords optimizes your cover letter for an applicant tracking system. You also need to demonstrate that this role is a fit for your career goals. You don't need to use a whole paragraph to indicate this. Just a single sentence can show how this is a good fit for the role that you are applying for. And you can also indicate why you are interested in the organization. So what do you include in a cover letter? If you are going to be sending your cover letter as an attachment in an application or as an attachment in an email application, then you want to start it off with a header that will include your name, mailing address, your email, and your LinkedIn URL and phone number. These are important because I have received not one, not two, many applications that have come through without contact addresses. So you have no idea how to contact this person. And unfortunately, this is done on the cover letter as well as the resume. So do not assume that because you have indicated your contacts on the CV, that is enough. You need to indicate that on the cover letter, mainly because the cover letter will usually be put on top of the resume. So you want to make it easy, for the recruiting manager to access your contact details. Secondly, just below the header, you include the date when you're making your application. And sometimes people forget to change the date from their previous application. This is especially when you're using a previous application to write your new application. After the date, you want to include the contact details of the recruiting manager or the organization. This is where you're going to put in the name of the recruiter or the name of the hiring manager, followed by their title and maybe the department or the division if that is provided. If you do not know, that is not not a problem. You simply indicate the name of the company and then the mailing address. Then right after that, you are going to include the salutation. Again, you will indicate "Dear," the name of the hiring manager, "Dear Miss Jane," within that section. Then that will be followed beneath it by the reference. So what is this letter about? You're going to indicate this. I will show you how to do this. Application for the role of project assistant. Then once you have done that, you go to the main body of the cover letter. This is where you now show your excitement and love for what you do. You can indicate something like this in paragraph 1. You have 3 or 4 paragraphs. So the first paragraph is where you indicate why you are writing. So you can have something like this. I was first attracted to your organization, and you can put in the name of the organization. I was first attracted to your organization's work to improve the livelihood of vulnerable youth by making it possible for them to access dignified work. I am therefore excited to submit my application for the newly available position of project assistant. Please find enclosed or attached my resume, curriculum vitae for your consideration. Note that in that segment, in a very different way, you have indicated that you love what they do, and that already communicates that you have some values that are similar to theirs, and it also communicates your excitement about that role, and it also communicates your knowledge about that organization. And secondly, you have stated in a different way what exactly you are applying for, and you have also indicated where they can find your curriculum vitae for additional information. Once you have done that, you can go to the second paragraph, and this is where you indicate your fitness for the role. Why you? You're basically answering the question, why should we hire you? Why are you the best fit for this position? So you want to, in a very short, maybe 4 lines or 5 lines, indicate why you're a good fit. You are not simply repeating what you had written on your CV. You're going to describe this very differently, and this is where you again use keywords that are similar to what is in the job description to help you write this segment. You can write this segment in this way. For example, having just completed my 6-month internship as a project assistant in an international NGO, I have first-hand experience in the planning, design, implementation, and evaluation of large projects and programs. During my internship, I supported 2 project teams in ensuring compliance with donor requirements and policies in the implementation of the projects. Note that I have quantified the magnitude of the work that was done in a previous position. I have also quantified the length of experience that I have without having to indicate that I have 6 months experience, I have 3 months experience. You can also proceed and say, I helped mobilize key stakeholders for project events and organized for media coverage of 2 main events. In addition, I have acquired customer service skills, teamwork, presentation skills. I also participated in partnership building and resource mobilization, giving me critical insight into the resource mobilization process. You note that in this case, I have picked specific experiences and skills that are indicated on the job description that will be important for this role. And by demonstrating that you have done certain tasks before and how well you have done them, then that would be a differentiator between you and someone else. Then this specific paragraph can be divided into 2. If you have a lot that you will want to include here, including your strengths, then you may want to divide that into 2. But if it is not so much, then you can leave it as 1 paragraph. Then from there you go to your 3rd paragraph, and this is your call to action. This needs to be a strong call to action. Do not shy away from welcoming an interview. You can indicate something like this. With a Bachelor of Arts in Project Management and work experience in international development, I believe that I have the right foundation, skills, and knowledge to help me succeed in this role. Given the chance, I will build on prior knowledge to contribute to the goals of the organization and to bring impact to the communities you serve. I welcome the opportunity to learn more about this position and to further discuss how my skills will be of value to your organization. I look forward to hearing from you soon. And then you go to the last part of this letter, which is signing off, and you can sign off with yours sincerely, yours faithfully, sincerely yours, and then you want to include an electronic signature just immediately after that, and you conclude with your name, and you can repeat your phone number just beneath it. The idea is to make it as easy as possible for someone who is scanning through your cover letter to be able to find your details and to call you. Remember, you have just given a call to action, so you want them not to go back up app to try and check your contacts, but immediately to be able to action that by giving you a call. Having done this, you should be able to convince the recruiter to look through your curriculum vitae and invite you for an interview. All the best. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.